One time in 2018, I decided that there was more to this world than my small hometown that I'd lived in for fucking 21 years of my life, and that I should be living in Los Angeles. Mom wasn't too happy about this at all, with me being her oldest kid and all, and I talked her into letting me go by doing this thing called awkwardly hugging her while she cries and saying, "I'm sorry." When I got to the airport, I had to leave my guitar because I couldn't afford to bring 3 pieces of luggage. But I didn't care because, woo, Hollywood. Plus, this was my first time flying on a plane, and I was kind of focused on not thinking about the plane crashing, and yeah, I was scared of flying. But when I got on that plane and that dang old plane took off, I quickly found that I freaking love flying. I remember looking at my ticket and seeing that I had to catch 2 planes, one in Louisville and one in Denver. At first I was like, damn, I have to do this twice, but as soon as I got in the air, I was like, hot damn, I get to do this twice? The best part is that I had a window seat and I was looking down like, what if I just, like, jumped out? I land in Colorado at 8 p.m. and I fucking hightail it to the next plane because it was gonna leave in like 15 minutes. I get to my seat and sadly I have the middle seat this time, so I break out the old trusty 3DS because I'm getting some saliva buildup. Because where was I? So I break out my old trusty 3DS because I'm still a baby boy and I still love my Pokemon and I still feel guilt for abandoning my Nintendog as a child. I'm fucking sorry, Bella. I love you so much. As soon as I sit down and start playing, this woman sitting next to me was like, Is that Mario Kart? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Oh, I never got a chance to play it. That's so cool. And so we start talking, and then all of a sudden, the other guy who was sitting with us gets to his seat. So we start talking, and he tells me about his job and how he just popped the question to his girlfriend back at home. Congratulations. Mario Kart Girl's eyes fucking light up whenever she hears this. I mean, she is now Pennywise, and she's aiming her deadlights at this other guy. What am I doing? Not only that, but she tells me she wants to switch seats with me, like, halfway through the flight, and I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Not sure that's allowed, but sure. But what I'm thinking is, yeah, I see what you're doing. They were holding hands by the time our flight ended, so shh. I also got kind of tipsy because I bought a container of wine, and I was only gonna drink half, but the guy was like, if it were me, I'd drink the whole thing. So I did. And being the featherweight that I was at the time, this was a mistake. I remember getting up to go to the bathroom, and on my way there, I accidentally bump into this guy who was holding his drink over his computer, making him spill his drink all over said computer. I immediately locked myself in the bathroom, hoping to God I didn't just trash this guy's expensive piece of hardware, and that the guy didn't destroy me in return before I even landed in Los Angeles. So I gathered my courage and opened the door, and on my way back to my seat, I look at the guy and quickly say, I'm sorry, but I'm only met with a look that says, I really want to slit your throat right now, babe. My seatmates were laughing their asses off, of course, but I wasn't laughing, you know. As I sit back down, I get curious and look up to catch a glance at this guy's computer. And the screen is just flashing a multitude of colors. It's like fucking Disneyland, and that's when I realize that old Logan is in a dicey situation. I devise a game plan. Step 1, I wait for everybody to get off the plane, and while that's happening, I pull a complete Jason Bourne and switch jackets, even putting on a hat that I brought with me. Step 2, I exit the plane with my head down, walking slowly, paying attention to my surroundings. Step 3, There is no step 3, it wasn't that big of a deal. I saw him leave with his friends as soon as I got to the baggage area. So after that, I claim my baggage and immediately download this magical thing called Lyft. I had $1,600, which was supposed to last me a week until I got a job. So I got a Lyft, and I went to the hotel that I planned on booking. I grabbed my bag, get out of the car, and my bag. I left my fucking bag at the airport. I call a Lyft, made sure I had the bag I brought, went back to the airport, almost got hit by a cop car, almost got beat up by some guy after politely asking if he had my bag, looked everywhere, asked one of the workers if they'd seen my bag, got met with silence because the poor woman couldn't understand me, talked to security, no luck. Talked to an officer, no luck. But finally, after an hour of looking and half crying, I find my bag, which still had the lock on it. Thank God. I embraced it and gave it a big old kiss and decided not to tell anybody about this whole ordeal until I made this video. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. 12 o'clock, I call another Lyft to take me back to the hotel. I get up to the counter, get ready to pay, and get told that my card was declined. We try again, and bam, nothing. Now I'm starting to get scared. I go to another hotel and get told the same thing. I try again at the next hotel. Again, nothing. 3 hotels and absolutely no luck. I had no choice but to wait in the lobby until the following morning when I finally called the bank. It turns out that they put my card on hold because they noticed I had flown out of state, and being the stupid old dangus that I am, I forgot to call and inform them beforehand. So we got everything solved. I got my card working and went to the closest coffee shop I could find. And let me tell you, after the night I had, that was the best cup of coffee I'd ever consumed in my 21 years. So I got to Long Beach and finally booked a hotel room. Let me tell you, when I saw that bed, I had to physically contain myself from not screaming and crying like a happy little child. LA tried to consume me, and it continued to try to consume me for weeks. Luckily, I had friends who helped me along the way, one of them actually being from my hometown, but none of them compared to the greatest friend that I ever had. We'll call him Larry. Larry introduced me to the real LA. He showed me places I didn't even know LA had. I never knew that the Michael Myers house was actually on a street in Hollywood. I grew up thinking it was in Illinois. He also introduced me to Hamburger Haven, which, by the way, had the best hamburgers in Los Angeles and is now dead. Rest in peace, Hamburger Haven. Larry also let me stay with him until I got on my own feet, which to this day, I am still grateful as hell for. I eventually got a job at Taco Bell, which led me to getting a place at what we're gonna call the Roach Ranch. But that's a different story. Until next time, thanks for having me.